This spring has been a wet one for many of our viewers. Flooding and damp basements are a concern. So how do you protect your home from mold, mildew, and severe damage? We're asking Contractor Chris, who's with me again. Okay. You are in your basement, you go downstairs, there's been a flood, there's wetness happening. This is at the start of a very bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so don't do what I've been doing, which is, you know, ignore.
And
whatever, the baseboards look a little damp, let me just walk in the other direction. Don't do that. You've got to actually start thinking about what you need to put in place to get rid of that water damage. So you've brought so many different things that you can consider.
So a lot of these products here are what waterproofing contractors would use. So I thought it'd be important to bring it in, discuss with you, and let the viewers see what contractors will bring in. A lot of products people don't know. Like, most people know what average building materials are, but this specific stuff, not at all. So the idea is we want to prevent water from getting into our basement, right? This is the time of year, there's been rain everywhere, there's a lot of flooding. So what do we do if you have an older home or a newer home? So let's start on the outside and work our way into the inside, right? So starting over here, this is a dimpled membrane. You've probably seen this a lot of neighborhoods on the outside of homes, especially old homes. This membrane is what, when a roof contractor digs up the outside of your house, they actually wrap the outside of your foundation with this dimpled membrane. So it's designed that if groundwater comes through, it hits the membrane and wicks it away from the house, as opposed to going through the membrane, permeating through your foundation, and like you said, you see those little spot marks along your baseboard. Water does not lie. Whether you have a leaky roof or leaky foundation, you see water marks, you got water coming in, so don't ignore that.
Don't do what I'm doing.
Exactly. So this whole...
So they will wrap that around, what are they wrapping that around?
The foundation.
The foundation of your entire home.
Of your entire home. So they will dig down to the footing, so the bottom part of the foundation. Right? They cover it with a type of cement. This is called hydraulic cement. It's designed to work in wet applications. You can use it all year, no matter how hot or how cold it is, no matter the climate. They wrap it in the hydraulic cement, and then it gets wrapped in the membrane. But then in conjunction with this, this is a whole system that works together. So with the membrane, as the water wicks its way away from the house, we need the water to go somewhere. So the type of drainage is called weeping tile. And this is what we've brought here.
This
and
guy.
And there's one on the bottom here. A lot of people have heard of weeping tile but don't know exactly what it is. It's basically a type of corrugated pipe that's designed to wick water away, groundwater, not wastewater, away from your foundation. This one is covered in this little sock here, so if you have gravel and mud and earth, it prevents that from getting into the weeping tile and into the groundwater table.
So what is this connected to?
That connects into it connects into your groundwater system. So it goes around the perimeter of your house, and it connects into the sewers and the groundwater, not the wastewater that your plumbing and toilets and that kind of stuff connect to. This is another good thing to have too. Now, I had a flood in my basement recently. I don't have this, and I was advised to put this at the basement stairs. If all of you have basement stairs, this is called a catch basin. This connects into the weeping tile system as well. I don't have one of these, so a big source of the flooding in my basement is at the bottom of the stairs. The groundwater trickles down the stairs. You need a catch basin.
That's what we need. But does that have to be connected to this system?
It does. It does. It does. So, because a lot of times they're just there and it goes just into the groundwater. But groundwater is the big issue. It's not so much the rain. It's the water that's in the water table around your homes that slowly soak into your basement. So now that we're inside the basin, one thing I want to talk about here is this product here. It's called Barricade. You can get this at Lowe's. It's basically a subfloor material that's designed to put in your finished basement, before you finish the basement, It's got this dimpled membrane on the bottom, as you can see. Right? It's tongue and groove, so they all click together. So the idea is, before you finish your basement, this is your first line of defense before water getting in. So water, any groundwater, any moisture can work its way underneath this, but it won't permeate through this subfloor tile into your finished surface, like your laminate flooring or your tiles, your hardwood. Because I've done 3 tear outs in the last couple weeks. It's saturated through those laminate flooring or through that engineered flooring, completely destroyed. So this is kind of, first line of defense.
That is so terrifying. You're just doing tear outs left, right, and center.
Well, when it rains like that, I know I'm getting phone calls.
And so it's like, basically, fix my basement. Can we just talk about cost for a second? This is going to be different depending on where you live in North America. Maybe you're in the southern U.S., your amount is going to be way less than, say, if you're in, Canada or another place. But we're talking about thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Right? Like maybe 7 to 10.
Yeah, like generally this stuff runs, like the type of waterproofing work can always run between $200 and $300 a linear foot.
Okay.
So if you can calculate how big the outside of your house is, roughly times that by 200 or 300 a linear foot, which includes the material, the labor, and the waste.
You see why I walk the other direction when I look at the baseboard? Do you get it?
Don't ignore these signs. You pay now or you pay later.
That's true. It's like I'm waiting for my bank account to say I can pay. This is really good information, though. Thank you for that.